It does feel like just a very straightforward Morphling game coming out here for Nouns. I think that's the one key thing. It's a straightforward enough Storm game for XM. Lots of emphasis on mid here, but a straight TP out from PYW as Copy will just get the power in himself.
Top lane, Tianming in big trouble here. Should go down and does. Gunner gonna be able to secure first blood very nicely on the Doom, and as you can see,
again pulling quite a fair bit, trying to create space for XXS. Just got level 2 to get tag team off. Didn't have Snowball to save Tianming, and he's still stuck at level 2. He'll try with his deep dive onto Lelis.
Pretty deep. PYW, he's barely able to make it out. In fact, Gunner's going to move back in now, along with Copy, trying to go after Arme. They'll land those level 2 chains. Arme in the middle of nowhere right now, needing to run, but I don't think he can make it. The PYW, he
get a good use out of the first Eclipse. They're still not able to connect as well, but you are getting some free Galvanized stacks up for XM. Still needs that initial item to be up. Might be fighting over these wards.
Lelis, he'll be okay to get away. Fly dropping quite low as well. Doesn't have level 6, but PYW is actually the one to drop first, as Fly does eventually fall, but now XM needs a way out and does zip away, but they're gonna have to leave the CM behind. So Tianming will accept his own death. Copy will take his 3rd kill of the game, and that's still a very good trade for the side of Nouns.
Just fall apart after XM's dead. Might be able to catch him out here still, though.
It is out, and snare from Gunner. Perfect setup. What you love to see, and it's another thing for Gunner, right? Like, he's got the ensnare. He managed to get one of those little creeps from the Dark Troll Summoner, but with that now, you have the perfect setup for the Storm Spirit every single time. As Arme now getting pushed top lane, being chased by Fly and Yuma, will pop the Eclipse and try to fight back. He'll take Fly with him, but it seems as though Arme is being left by himself to die up at top lane. There will be no TP rotations to come from Extreme. So yeah, at least he takes Fly along with him, but it's not a great kill to see if you're Extreme game.
And it is, as if he had a way to gap close. Again, you're gunning for Bloodstone still. So until those tools are up, Copy's just going to eat for free.
I mean, it's very hard to play CM against an Ember that's off to this good of a start, and well, this time Lelis will take the kill for himself.
Caught out. The Mage Slayer debuff just makes it extra painful to try to burst this Ember down. Meanwhile, XXS already being hunted up top here.
Strike is out from Yuma. XXS going to try and burrow strike his way out of there, but the chain's already landed, so he is gone. Oh, I'll tell you, Nouns are playing a really clean game, one so far. I mean, it's just everything's just gone. Might find Copy again. Blinking is there. XXS gets the burrow strike off, and XM, he's back with the follow-up with the Vortex, but it's not enough. Copy's still perfectly fine. He remnants away, and in we go. PYW, he's the target. Now he is gone, and Gunner's going to find another. They will pick up the Storm, though the BKB TP away is there, and it's going to matter. It's going to be just enough, but he might just die in the fountain. And he will. They've got enough damage. That's unfortunate. That's your first BKB charge being committed on top. And it just doesn't even save them. There's now Tianming also being chased top lane. Copy's gonna find him. Tianming is gone. That's 3 down for the price of nothing, John. Make it 4 perhaps. Gunner? Well, he's the one running. BKB has been forced, though it is about to wear off. No blink available quite yet. Gunner, in fact, he barely gets off in time. PYW trying to fight, trying to find some more targets here to set up for the Sand King, but he is the one now being hunted, as PYW will go down. Just one after the other, Extreme Gaming continue to fall.
And that's all off the back of one tiny mistake. It felt like PYW was a little bit too far with a snowball into the punch. Didn't manage to get the punch off onto the Ember. They just needed, what, 0.5 more seconds of control to get that kill onto the Ember Spirit to equalize. And again, try and kind of fight into this Aegis nicely. They start to stream in one by one. They get picked off. Now it's just...
They certainly are. They still want to fight even without this BKB available now as XM. He's going to get chained up. Yuma, meanwhile, trying to go into the backside. They'll get the Doom off onto the Storm, and he is TPing away, but it won't really matter. He'll die in the fountain again. There is no saving the poor man. I've seen this one before.
Try to clump around this position on the cliff. They do have their ward instantly spotted out, though.
XM's going to be so careful here, Johnny. He still doesn't have that Lincoln Spear. Gunner's going to try and jump in, but misses out on the stunners. They do get an epicenter off onto Yuma. Yuma's dropping a lot of HP, but he's still going to man up and fight back. XXS and PYW both gone already. That they do at least kill or fly in the Phoenix, but it will not matter. They lose Tianming on top. That's 3 down. XM almost out of mana, trying to get away, but the Curse Crown will land and lock him down within the brambles, but he still gets a bit of mana off to get away. As now Arme pops an Eclipse. Gunner has gone a bit far, but they're still going to fight Arme anyway. So you lose your Doom, but it won't really matter too much if you can get the once this human Morphling gets on top of him. To be able to sustain through those right clicks. They have found Tianming here down on the bottom side of the map. Tianming gonna have his TP cancelled immediately by the brambles of Lilith. It's gonna be a nice easy kill here for Lilith to take himself on the Dark Willow as top lane. They are gonna try and force another fight. XM looks like he's the target though. No, Gunner's dropping too much HP and he's gone. Gunner will lose his own life. XM trying to TP, but no, he's gonna die. Oh, the BKB wore off just...
kind of a 1-for-1 on the egg usage so far. They've got Roche Banner ready still. They've got Aegis still on the side of Nouns. Nothing stopped them from the high ground. XM will try to poke and prod. There is still the Doom ready on Gunner as long as they manage to pop that Lincoln's. So there is still that threat. Even a refresh for Yuma. Double BKB, double Satanic, double Morph if the cooldown's a little too long. And yeah, they'll just get that siege. Banner up. Yuma, he's just fine.
A jump in. Doom does not come out onto XXS quite yet. He'll manage to barely get away. Gunner not going to be able to chase him down either. Still 40 seconds left on the Aegis for Yuma. XM going to try and take it early, but Yuma is pretty damn tanky on this Morphling. He might just want to die anyway for the free reset. And in fact, I think he's trying to... No, he is not. He doesn't know what he wants here, Yuma. With 20 seconds left, looks like he's not gonna risk. Though Arme is chasing. Yuma is okay. Instead, Gunner being jumper gets the Doom off onto XXS just in the nick of time, so the Sand King will drop. They do get Fly and Copy though, so it's a very successful attempt forward from XM. Not gonna initiate quite yet. Both sides being very patient. Of course, this next Roshan going to be extremely important. PYW who have his smoke broken. Chains are out. They're going to try and burst him down, but they got a Hex out onto the Morphling. Yuma, he is gone. He'll buy back immediately. Meanwhile, Gunner dropping pretty fast as well. Arme finding a double kill. Meanwhile, Copy, he's going to jump back in, see if he can find himself a CM kill, but I think Extreme Gaming, they'll be very happy with the way this team fight's worked out. Mind you, they have kind of left the Roshan pit. So Roshan still could go the way of Nouns.
Yeah, and this should cover Yuma's buyback quite nicely to get another banner to try to rip into that high ground. But all things considered, banner. They just kind of need to wait for next Roshan and make sure they get it this time around. And that could be game over for Nouns if it goes away.
It does feel that way. Top lane, Copy. That's a big target. Copy's gone. I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but maybe just trying to... If you can find a way to burst down this Luna, it could be easy pickings for the rest of the crew, but... Like, XM makes it very hard at this stage, because you can't just... It's very hard to catch him. And on top of that, he's got this live device that he can just set up with. In fact, he does right now, and Gunner's gone. Gunner is deleted. And he bought out a refresher orb. He's got no buyback. Oh boy, that's a big shame. I mean, perhaps he saw it as the win condition for his side, but it's cost him quite a bit here as he has no buyback available. XXS will jump in. They found Fly to boot. Fly getting hexed up by XM. Will go down. Extreme looking like they might have just secured game one. 1 racks for the Megas, and without buyback on your Doom, you've basically got no chance of winning this team fight. How do you win if you can't silence people with that Doom? It's gonna be tough.
You just can't. And it's all in on Gunner. Maybe a rear flank somehow?
I mean, BKB is forced out from Arme. Problem is, Lelis is just gonna get deleted by the Eclipse of Arme. Yuma trying to fight. Lelis will buy back. Extreme trying to retreat just a little bit, but Arme now killing off Copy. More buybacks incoming, and Extreme, they are still playing it very, very safely, just trying to retreat. as Nouns, I suppose, have successfully defended so far. They will even find PYW here in the tusk, and PYW will also be dropping. So a double kill for Yuma. It does basically cost you all the buybacks you have. But you do hold on to that last lane of barracks.
That you do. They did manage to clear out top as well, with Creep Wave naturally shoving.
Now, Extreme still very patiently waiting, as Yuma is going to go out on his own for a bit of a scouting mission, it seems, but does decide better of it and backs off towards the Roshan pit once again. The Roshan's decided to run outside of the pit for whatever reason. XM going to jump in. Is he going to be able to find himself a target? Not quite yet, but they do jump in onto the backside, finding it looks like the Phoenix, but no, the egg does come off in time. And now Nouns, they're going to rush for the Sand King. XXS is gone. That is one down already, but they've lost Gunner. They've lost the Doom again. Gunner, though, this time around going to have the buyback available to commit. XM still manning up against Yuma. Meanwhile, Yuma gets the hell out of there instead, moving on to PYW, who snowballs up and tries to buy himself a bit of time. Back towards Copy. Copy is down. XM will pick him off, but now XM's completely out of mana. Can they take him down? It seems like they will eventually, surely. And they've got him. 4 down for the side of Extreme now. What is happening?
And that was probably the ideal there for Gunner. A very choked out area. He manages to get the double dooms off and just entrap them in a very nasty killing field set up there for Nouns. A very awkward angle to take that fight roll right behind a Roche pit. Managed to stall it out, but Roche will eventually go the way of Nouns. You have buybacks on the side of Extreme, and this is where things get really interesting.
Mind you, he does have a refresher orb up in 8 seconds, so he will have a secondary one very, very soon. Zip in, XM, he's going to find Lilith. A nice easy pick off here for XM, as they'll throw the Eclipse in here from Arme.
Very sad, man. You should try
If my CM ever did that, I would open mic so fast. XM jumping in again. Eclipse popped. Nothing coming off this way, but they do have time for the racks, and that's what's important for Arme. Let me just hit these damn buildings, please. BKB's popped, they'll immediately retreat. That's all they wanted. They just wanted some space to hit the damn racks. Arme's gonna refresh his BKB and they're gonna go again, I think.
That's the play. Ame's the player. He knows what needs to be done. He knows this can't go on forever. The smoke out though now, and might find an angle.
They're gonna try. Doom is committed again, but they're not near anybody. They'll find Tianming on the CM. Tianming, of course, is gonna get deleted here by Yuma. PYW also in a bit of danger as they're gonna find a bigger target in XXS now. Copy with the Yules out, but the problem is the Megas are online. XM, he just rats the racks. XXS still alive, in fact, still fighting with the Bloodstone regen. Here comes XM again. Buybacks incoming. They want to try and take this fight, though XM taking a fair bit of damage, but Copy's the one who needs to back off because Arme's rejoined. So Megas are up. XG have managed to find MEGACREEPS. PYW now being chased by Copy. XM is around looking for a Hex attempt. Copy now trying to get away, but the Yules, in fact, Wind Waker was his own. Copy forced the BKB up. Here comes the Cavalry Gunner. He's going to TP in with the Doom out. Eclipse has been popped, but Gunner will just tank through it, trying to at least take PYW's life. He does get it. It's just a support Tusk, but that is a Tusk without buyback. Mind you, those MEGACREEPS we talked about, John, they're in the... Because XM's being an absolute nuisance, pushing in all the waves. And so it's always costly missing out on any kind of kill here against Extreme Gaming. And speaking of the Devils Extreme, they are going to group up as 5. XM going to zip forward, finding a Hex right onto Fly, but Aeonius does proc, and now XM. Oh boy, XM is down, but he does have buyback. But is this the opening? It may just be.
It should be. You've got 2 minutes on Aegis, 80-second respawn, buybacks very costly. For XM, will only leave him with what, 2.6k gold to spare. If he had anything he'd want to buy, maybe a Moonshard at this point, really. Nothing else to kind of fit in here. They've got room to correct. You don't have to worry about the split push coming out. I feel like the ideal now for the side of Extreme is to actually try to draw attention away, have one lane that can still shove in, and just BOTs in for Ame and just end the game. I think that's the way you want
Oh,
to
here we
play
go.
Tianming.
They have found themselves Tianming. Tianming is down. No buyback available, Jonathan. Not for another minute and a half. So again, a nice opening here for Nouns. They'll take the mid-range racks, but Yuma is getting jumped as we speak, but Gunner's going to jump in, still not popping the Doom quite yet, but Yuma does look to retreat. They've got to get through 2 racks to at least get their Omegas up and even out the game. XTREME is making life very challenging as they're trying to buy as much time as possible for XM to respawn naturally. Epicenter now popped as well by our Sand It's just still not doing enough against Yuma, who has the Aegis still up. Though he might have to lose it here, but no, he will not. Juggling some items, drops the BKB casually, eats the cheese, up to the high ground once again. Here we go. We'll see if Yuma can get it done, but XM has respawned now. They've got the Storm Spirit back up. Yuma's trying for the racks, but it's just such a slow process. Even with the Divine Rapier, it's just so slow as they get the Hex off. Yuma, he'll lose the Aegis. That's the first life, but a lot of BKBs were popped. There's now Gunner. He'll drop XXS. They've got the Sand locked down with the Doom. XXS is down. He's got buyback available. Extreme Gaming, can they hold out? It seems like the answer is no. They will get Megan. Buybacks are there. XXS, he'll rejoin the team fight as Fly is down. He's got buyback. Lewis will go down. He has got buyback to boot. Yuma, he has forced the man up here on the Morphling, but he's got a Divine Rapier. He does not want to drop here as they are onto the Tusk now. And I say he doesn't want to drop it, John. He's got 13k gold. He can afford to drop the Temp Divine. There goes PYW. Buybacks are available. Megas against Megas, 80 minutes in for this game.
You would want to. They gave up on that mid or bot shove. I think they got a little bit overexcited trying to pin down a Morphling. And now respawns are down to around a minute. Poking.
They jumped in for a second. Lincoln is broken. Yuma is going to get jumped now by XM. Frostbite does land, and the Hex does as well, but the Wind Waker will save him. They've still got about 45 seconds without Lelos and about 30 seconds without Fly. Ame's coming in to rejoin his team. 15k advantage their way, not that it really matters. Yuma's going to jump. Oh, Yuma's jumped in again. But they've got him this time around, or do they? The Force Splits will save his life as PYW is still trying to chase him down. Meanwhile, Gunner, he's got the Doom off. He's onto PYW. He's onto XXS. He's trying to find himself a target. He's even found Ame, but Ame will just retreat as they found Yuma. Yuma's going to buy back immediately. There goes Gunner to boot, but he'll buy back to boot. Okay. They're out of there, Jonathan. Extreme. I mean, they're just committing everything to try and retreat here without giving anything away to Nouns. Nouns desperately trying to chase them down. At least finding Tianming, hopefully. Tianming trying to force boots his way up to the high ground, almost getting away, but surely does drop. He's got to keep up in one, but it won't matter. He's got. There is buyback though, just in case you were wondering. Lilla's gonna have his smoke broken. XXS immediately jumps in, but the Shadow Realm was there. Yuma in the middle of all this. Egg will be popped by Fly. Gunner meanwhile popping the Doom on himself, trying to find himself a target to Doom up. Does eventually find XXS. Meanwhile, Ame, where is Ame? He's trying to fight here thanks to the back of XM, killing off Copy and Yuma. Copy will buy back, but Yuma cannot. Fly is also down. They will continue the fight, but they've got to get out of there. Gunner, he's also caught trying to kill off Ame, but the Lincoln's not going to make it too easy as Ame will survive just barely on 98 HP. And with that, I mean, there's 3 down with that buyback. The game's got to be over. It's got to be over.
I feel like if they truly wanted it over, you give Tianming the Divine, but you know, PYW does the needful. Think about it. Look at this attack speed, 0.41 second attack, Crystal Maiden with Divine Rapier. The game's over. It's still over with a Tusk Divine, you know, with this game state, of course, but it would be over maybe a few seconds faster. At the least, we'll see if some magical thing can happen here from Copy as he drops his Divine.
Every time I cast with you, you start saying the most ridiculous crap, John. Here we go. There's Tianming hitting the towers. Could use a Divine, doesn't have one. Ame will take care of it. GG's.
They call it.
They've had it.
Okay.
Extreme Gaming
Oh,
take game
Lord.
won after 85 minutes. And look at Army. Look how excited he is. Look at that. My goodness.